Good evening and welcome to the beautiful city of Tokyo. It's just before 7 o'clock in the evening with the sun setting on the most populous city in the world. And tonight we welcome some of the world's best athletes for the ASICS Tokyo Speed Race. It's been a festival of running today here in the shadows of the Japan National Stadium. The community 5Ks have just finished and now we have races over the 5 and the 10K distance, including over 100 elite athletes with records on their minds. Good evening. Tonight here in Tokyo we have a fast, flat course ready for the runners to push the limits of speed and performance as we build up towards the World Athletics Championships here in September. Delighted to have alongside me for this one, Olympic 1500-metre finalist and sub-350 miler Andrew Badley. Good evening, Andy.
Yeah, it's amazing to be here. I'm not quite so fast anymore. I'm excited to see some people who are incredibly fast going out around the streets of Tokyo to see just how fast they can go. Well,
they'll be going fast around the streets of Tokyo and they will catch up with our reporter here this evening. Harry Sugiyama, you are at the finish line. How's it looking over there?
Hello, hello! The biggest and warmest of welcomes over here. The Tokyo Speed Race is about to give us a massive display of electrical excellence. Our world-class athletes lining up right now, our creme de la creme, hoping to break world, national and PBs all over for the big 5K and the 10K plane. Now, if we have a cheeky little look at the athletes' beautiful feet, Meta Speed Sky Tokyo, we see a bit of edge far away maybe, and a bit of ray over there too on the display. Let the magic begin. The place has started to buzz. So back to you, Catherine. Back to you, Andy.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, Harry, we'll be at the finish line at the beautiful part of the course of the Meiji Memorial Museum shortly. But as you saw there, sussing out the athletes and their super footwear ahead of our first races getting underway shortly. But we're delighted, myself and Andy, to have in the commentary box our first guest of the evening, fresh off running the Community 5K, CEO of World Athletics, John Ridgen. Good evening, John.
Good to be here.
Yeah, well, we're excited to find out how you found 5K. I know you used to run 110 hurdles, but this must have been a bit of a change for you.
I'm definitely a sprinter rather than a distance runner, but it was, look, it was great. I ran actually with my other half. My wife and I ran round. Our aim was to break 30 minutes, and we comfortably did it. So it was good. I wasn't, I'm not trying to win Olympic medals anymore, but just trying to stay alive. So it was good, really good fun.
Amazing. And how important is it for you and World Athletics to have events like this in cities like Tokyo?
Oh, look, really important. We're the International Federation for the whole sport. That's from track and field all the way to running. And actually the biggest part of the sport by a significant margin is running. So it's just always a thrill to be able to run on closed roads in the middle of, a global iconic city like Tokyo. And it's just great fun. And although I am relieved now to have got the fun run out of the way and looking forward to seeing the elites later on. But no, running on closed roads is really special. And I always take the opportunity when I do have it to get out there and run a few laps.
Talking of the World Championships, here, of course, literally across the way here from our commentary position, looking glorious as always. It'll be the third time that Japan have hosted the World Athletics Championships. What makes Tokyo so special as a host?
Well, look, it is one of the great global cities, and you always want your World Championships to be in one of the, the hub cities that set the trends around the world. But I think what's particularly special about this year is, of course, we were here for the Olympics in 2021, and I was lucky enough to actually be one of a handful of people in that stadium watching some incredible athletics. But of course, because of COVID, the stadium was empty. So I'm just so looking forward to being in that stadium watching brilliant athletics with an absolutely full crowd for 9 days of athletics. It's going to be wonderful.
I was doing the stadium announcing behind a mask to the athletes and their support staff. So it really is now a chance for Tokyo once again to fully shine, isn't it? To really show us what they got. And they did a great job under the circumstances.
Yeah, look, they organised the event really well. I mean, just actually for the event to happen was special during COVID, but that's all behind us now. We're going to have, a full World Championships, a full crowd. The organising guys are doing a really, really good job. So, we're looking forward to a fabulous World Championships.
Well, I'll let you go out on the course and watch our fast people over the 5 and the 10K distance and recover from your Community 5K. Well done for the Community 5K, and I'll see you shortly in September.
Great to speak to you both. Thank you.
Well, that was the CEO of World Athletics, John Ridgen, giving us insight onto the course and, of course, how excited Tokyo is to host the World Championships in September. But the elite racers, Andy Badley, are ready to rock and roll, including this man here in the cap with the American accent.
Yes, this is Drew Hunter, who's actually a last-minute change from the 10,000 into the 5K, and actually I managed to catch up with him yesterday, see how he's feeling. I saw a quote from you that said, road racing feels different than the track. It's less about saving up for the final move and more about finding the red line and staying there. So is that your approach here in Tokyo?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sort of new-ish to road racing. It's something that I really want to start to focus on the next few years. And yeah, the track, it's like kick, kick, kick at the end. Like you have to have a kick. And a lot of the road races I've done this season, it's like red lines here and you go right here and you run there as long as you possibly can. And it's more about breaking people instead of like saving it up for the last 200, 400 meters. So it's a different mentality as well. And that's been fun to, I think that's been a weakness of mine is sort of, you know, I've relied a lot on my kick and sort of like, oh, just get to, you know, 100 to go and you can make it happen. And now it's like really working on, you know, pushing through some uncomfortableness for a long period of time. And that's been like a fun exploration and something I'm really excited about, you know, continuing to do.
You're in amazing form, not just this year, but for the last season, 2 seasons. What are you hoping for in Tokyo this weekend? What is your big goal?
My big goal is to remain focused, but also to run faster as I can. And of course, if I will do the European record, I can do a bigger smile. It's a crazy time because, as I said 2 years ago in Riga, running 14:45, it's like, imagine, because it's a time for in track, not on road. So now the focus is to run faster than in Riga. So it's make me super excited, and I really want to improve myself.
Well, they were the words of 2 of our elite athletes. There's Drew Hunter back in the centre of the shot. He was relaxed yesterday and he's looking relaxed here this evening. And of course, we just heard there from Nadia Battocletti, the Italian athlete. 14:39 is the European record that she is chasing. 14:39 is a record that is well within her compass, Andy Badley, in terms of, in Nadia Battocletti's case, she's in such great form. The record is on the cards. And look at Drew Hunter, relaxed as you like, but why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, he looks way more relaxed than I ever looked in my races. But Nadia in particular is incredibly exciting. That pursuit of that European record. She's in great form, like you said. She won the European Running Championships over 10K, running 31 minutes 10. She's also set a national record indoors for the 3,000 metres of 8:30. So these are phenomenal times, and won the European cross country just before the turn of the year in Bolzano. So following on from what was a phenomenal year for her out in the Olympic Games when she got that incredible silver medal out in Paris.
So there's some of our elite women racers. We've got pace groups for you, 3 or 4 across the 5 and the 10K distances this evening, and wave lights as well in action. And Tomoki Ota as well, looking very calm and ready to go on his home patch, the Japanese star, looking nearly as relaxed as Drew Hunter in his own backyard.
Yeah, well, that's really exciting because we're in the shadow of the National Stadium in Tokyo. Tomoki Ota is also targeting the Japanese national record of 13:37, I believe. And actually, we should probably talk about the pace lights that are going to be out there, the wave lights around the road, because for one of the times that he's going to be chasing that 13:37, Nadia Battocletti is chasing that European record, and both of those are programmed into the wave light system to set those record paces.
Well, there she is. The biggest smile yesterday on a huge day, of course, with ASICS revealing to the world their Metaspeed Tokyo range. But Nadia looks focused. A reminder, 14:39, the European record. Diane van Es of the Netherlands raced that on the 9th of February in Monaco. Diane van Es was behind Battocletti at the European Championships, picking up a silver medal over the 10,000 metre distance on the track. So that's the record that Nadia is looking for, and she said she's up for it and feeling very, very good. So in good shape, shoes on her feet, a big smile on her face. She is ready to rock and roll. European record, 14:38, and you mentioned the wave light. She's going to be going out at around 14:40 pace, Nadia, in the second group, following a red pace light.
Yeah, that's right. We've got two different paces being set by the wave light in the women's race. We've got the white lights, which is setting a 14:30 pace, and then the red lights, which I believe that Nadia is going to be following, setting that 14:40 pace, so bang on that European record. She's also being paced by her compatriot Ilyas Awani.
So we've mentioned a few of the big names running here. Let's have a look at the start list of the men's 5K. Massive international interest, but why wouldn't you be in Japan on a flat, fast course? And there you see the name again of the Japanese star, Komoti Ota, who, as you've mentioned, Andy, knows the course better than anybody, will have home support here, and of course looking to build towards another brilliant season in 2025.
Yeah, and that personal best of 13:20 on the track should mean this 13:37 national record's well within his grasp. He's also relatively recently set a Japanese half marathon record in February, 59:27, so clearly in good form.
Yeah, 3 pace groups in this men's 5K. Tomoki Ota going in the third group at a 13:40 pace. Bastian Augusto in charge of that one. And here's the lineup for the women's 5K start list. Big names. Look at that. Personal bests on the track over the 10,000 metre distance. Janet Koech is here. And in terms of those that we're looking for outside of Nadia Batta-Coletti, Andrew, who should we be looking out for? Because there's what we reckon there's about 10 national records at least being attacked here on the course tonight, and 3 area records as well.
Yeah, Caroline Nyaga, for example, from Kenya, she's got very similar personal bests on paper compared to Nadia, so that's going to be an interesting battle. And whether, in fact, like we said, we've got those 2 different wave light pacemakers, one at 14:30, one at 14:40. Who's going to go with the slightly faster one? Who's going to be dropping that 10 seconds behind? We're going to do our best to keep you updated as it goes along and exactly talk you through who's on what pace.
So the ASICS Tokyo Speed Race is ready. Everybody making sure they're behind the line. Everybody looking calm and confident. Watches are ready. The time chips are ready. The streets have been closed to host this unique speed race on this flat, fast course here in the shadow of the beautiful Japan National Stadium. The pacemakers, you can see, have the bibs of pace, of course.
So we've got Ilyas Awani there, who's actually going to be pacing Nadia. He recently won the European Road Championships, where he was wearing the brand new ASICS Meta Speed Race.
So he's been put in charge of a European record attempt, the man in good form. And there is Lati. Some of the big
Swedish
athletes.
record on the line there, I think.
Yes, there is indeed. A Swedish record is what's being chased by her here this evening.
You can see the focus on the start line now as they're getting ready.
Well, it's a unique situation, isn't it? Wave lights in a road race. How does an athlete judge wave lights in a road race compared to on a track?
Well, I assume it's similar, and what's going to be interesting is actually on the roads, the hardest thing to gauge in the early few kilometres is how fast you're going, and I think a lot of athletes overcook it and go way too quick. So it'd be fascinating to see whether the temptation is to get ahead of the wave lights.
So a shoe shot there. Look at that. The Metaspeed Tokyo Edge and Sky, the Metaspeed Ray, as Andy has mentioned, announced to the world yesterday. So much excitement. I was handed a pair, wasn't I, Andy? And what was my response?
I don't know. I was slightly embarrassed for you as you sort of yelped with excitement at how light they were.
It was, oh my gosh, I can't believe 129 grams for a UK size 9. So here we go then. Records on the line in a World Championship year. Shouts of support from the staff of all the athletes here in Tokyo. The ASICS Tokyo Speed Race.
The starters are ready to get them underway.
A little time check, aren't we? Making sure we're going bang on time. We've got about 26 seconds to go before it hits 7 o'clock here this evening in Tokyo. Thank you for your company on our Tokyo Speed Race this evening. We've got a couple of very special guests as well joining us in the commentary box throughout the evening.
Oh, no, back.
And the gun goes in the beautiful city of Tokyo. The ASICS Tokyo Speed Race is up and running. How many records are going to fall? How many lifetime bests are going to fall?
Well, I mean, you can already see they're ahead of the wave light. So the women's race, we're looking for the white and the red wave light, and in the men's race, the first group are going for the green, and then there's a blue wave light for 13:30. That's 13 minutes for the green for the men.
So many para-athletes in the field here this evening as well. And triathletes, that has to be mentioned. Hayden Wild is going for a national record, isn't he? The New Zealand athlete, the Olympic medalist. As you see, the pacers in position across the band of pace groups we have here this evening. And already everybody checking their watches to make sure. And as you can see, as Andy mentioned, the green wave light there on the side of the road. They were being laid out as we came into our commentary position this evening. And that is at 13-minute pace, the green wave light.
Yeah, and we've been told that's Daniel Munguti who's setting that 13-minute pace in order to help Mohamed Ismail go for the national record for Djibouti, or actually he wants to smash the national record.
So the elite men and women are underway in the 5K race. I mentioned special guests after the course. The CEO of World Athletics, John Ridgen, joined us at the top of the programme. But I think it's only right we welcome the Commonwealth 10,000-metre gold medalist, now a marathoner, Ailish McColgan, to the commentary box. Good evening, Ailish.
Oh, there we go. Thanks for having me.
How are we feeling? Are you one of those athletes that when you see athletes running, you just want to run yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I did a little bit of a course recce earlier. I say course recce, I shuffled and walked around the outside of it. But yeah, I'm very, very jealous because this is a super fast course. It's sweeping bends, like it's a really, really like perfect evening for running fast. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, if they could have selected, I mean, they have selected the course purely for speed, but if you could design one, it would be this. It's flat, there's no sharp turns, it's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. It's essentially a track but just extended out. You know, you've got really nice sweeping bends. It's even on a slight sort of curve as well, so you can almost like lean into that bend, and yeah, super fast course, so I'm excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, we've just seen some of the lead groups come past our commentary position here, which is really exciting. We're directly facing the National Stadium right in front of us, and as the runners head up the road, they'll see the baseball stadium on their right-hand side as well.
So in terms of these elite fields, Ailish, when we've listed some of the people that are targeting super fast times, right, what are your thoughts as we're in the early part, of course, of the 5K races for both the men and the women?
Yeah, I mean, especially in the women's race, I know that they're going for some records, so they'll just trying to be settle into their pace, trying to find their rhythm. I think the start of the race is really all about rhythm. Do you know, they don't want to set off too fast. It's probably quite a challenge on this course to not set off too fast because it is so flat, and you just get a little bit carried away. But yeah, I think there's a really good opportunity for people to come away with qualifying times and PBs tonight.
So we're focusing on the elite men's 5K here. A reminder, that green light at a 13-minute pace.
Yeah, so they should have clipped through the first kilometre in around about 2:36, which is crazy fast for those watching at home. It's hard to put that into context, whereas the elite women will be coming through in about 2:54 through that first kilometre.
They really are moving extremely nicely, as Ailish said, on a course that is designed for speed. The bright lights of those that are following. Let's have a quick look across then to the elite women's race with a couple of records on the line as well for potentially Uganda in this one, Andy, as well as we've mentioned for Nadia Batacletti.
Yes. It's a challenge for the runners to gauge their race pace when they're in between the different sets of wave lights, so that's interesting in itself. And then being in a mixed race as well, there's lots of different people with lots of different individual targets.
Well, lots of individual targets, and that's the key, isn't it, Ailish? In a mixed race in particular, when so many different people have got different plans. You've just made your marathon debut at London, and when you're in the mix with athletes like that, but you have your own race plan, how hard is it to focus on that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be difficult to switch off and actually not get sort of carried away or go with the wrong pace group. But I think one of the best things here is that people are going to have a really good chance of pushing on when it gets tough. You know, they're not going to have, they're going to have people around them whether it's the women are chasing the men or the men have the pacers. You know, they're going to have help and support throughout this entire 5K, which does make a really big difference. So definitely a benefit to the women being in a mixed race. So yeah, I think they've got a really good opportunity here to run some fast times.
We've got Brian Kipyego and Harbert Kibet setting the pace right at the front of the men's lead group here.
Yeah, two athletes that are happy to take it out. And as mentioned, we're keeping an eye on Nadia Battocletti, the Italian, looking to run under that 14:39 European record. Well, she's tucked away on the inside line there along the rail, Eilish. Good positioning-wise.
Yeah, for sure.
Early doors?
Yeah, I think she's done the sensible thing too. I think Nadia can certainly run a lot faster than this pace, but I think she's set off quite steady, knowing that she can sort of push on when she feels good and she feels strong towards the last bit. And her kick is like nothing else. I mean, that's really what sets her apart from a lot of other athletes. She's so incredibly fast over that final 400. So I think she'll really make up a big chunk of time over that last little bit.
Yeah, and just a reminder there, you can see the red light that was next to her there. That is the exact pace that she was targeting. That's 14:40, which is 1 second slower than the European record that she's going for.
Well, she's looking strong. She really is getting into her flow. You mentioned the new Metaspeed Tokyo range launched to the world yesterday. Shoes that are designed for different styles of running as well, Eilish. Really, as always, ASICS, as there have been since 1949, going into detail for the variety of athletes at the world-class level and below.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the things that sets them apart from different brands. You know, they're constantly looking to innovate, but for completely different individuals and different individual running styles. You know, I mean, some people are toe runners, some people are running more forefoot, some people are more cadence runners, big long strides, some people are really short strides. So I think there's something for everyone, which is really important. And so yeah, there'll be athletes in this race that really feel it's just completely preferential. Some people prefer the sky, some people are going to feel the edge, but really it comes down to what you feel most comfortable in with the turnover and cadence.
We can see a split screen here. That's Tomoki Ota on the left. He's aiming for that Japanese national record of 13:37. He does look like he's completely on his own, which is going to be a challenge. We are, I guess, just past halfway point here, so he's going to have to really make a lot of this running himself, as opposed to that massive lead group you can see. And I think that's Max Jermaton from South Africa that's hanging on to the back there.
Yeah, Tomoki Ota, as Andy mentioned, looking for that 13:37 Japanese record. In the 13:40 third pace group, but looking a little bit isolated here. 3 laps of the course here, 1.3 kilometre lap. And there he is, once again, getting into his flow. A little bit harder when you're isolated, right? Is that more of a mind game for you?
Yeah, for sure. He's going to have to grind it out probably a little bit earlier than he suspected. I think he thought he would maybe have a chance to run with a group and get a little bit of help and support. But, I mean, this is perfect with regards to the crowd will be cheering him on. You know, we have lots of cheers around the course and home support, which will also make a difference too. I'm sure that'll help drive him towards that finish line.
Well, so this is the female race leader, Caroline Niaga from Canada. So this is the person on paper who had very similar PBs to Nadia. We're talking about PBs set in 2024 on the track, 14:30.
She actually just raced the other night in the Diamond League in China, so she's come straight over from there off of a quick 5K on the track.
So one of those athletes that we spoke about, Eilish, bouncing between the track and the road, potentially, if not just at the beginning of the season, but through it. And she is moving very, very nicely, isn't she?
That's the bell. You never got the bell in 400 metres, did you, Catherine?
No, it's just one lap for me. And that is the bell, which means they're on course and flying past us in the commentary position here in these elite men's and women's 5K races. Harbert Kibet looking very, very strong. He's got a good lead there as well, probably about 20 or 30 metres, Eilish, as he hits the last lap in the shadows of the Japan National Stadium.
Yeah, it's hard to see actually where the pace lights, so he's still ahead or in front, but he's taken off and making a bit of a strong bid from home.
Well, he was looking for a personal best here, wasn't he, Andy, in Tokyo this evening? He was looking for a sub-13-minute run, the Ugandan.
I could see that he's just chasing his own best here because you've got no one else around him that's challenging him.
Well, he has a healthy lead in this men's 5K over the 10-minute mark, as you can see. Look how fast. Do you realise how fast our cameramen on bikes, Ailish, have to go when we're chasing world-class athletes like you, the speed that you're moving?
I know. Do you know, I was actually just chatting to a British couple there that are on their honeymoon, and they'd said they'd come here for, they didn't realise this event was on today, but they can't wait to see how fast these athletes run. Do you know, because it's one thing seeing it on TV and on a screen, but actually when you see it in person, I mean, it's mind-blowing. The turnover, the way their legs move, also just the sense of they're like floating past you. So yeah, it's pretty, even me being here in the commentary booth, it's pretty incredible just seeing them whiz by at the speeds they are.
That's what we think when you're running. Ailish, a quick check of the watch on the left wrist. Smooth as you like. Around the course here at the Tokyo Speed Race. So many athletes had so many targets. I don't think there's many looking as cool as our elite men's leader here as they make their way around the last lap towards the finish line in the Meiji Memorial Museum right in front of it. And we jump back across into the elite women's race as well. That's looking very nice and tidy, isn't it, for our leader, Caroline Nyaga of Kenya. She was looking for a personal best, a little sub 14:30 here, the Kenyan athlete.
Yeah, she set some road PBs in 2023, 14:35 and 30:48 for 10K, which is phenomenal running. And she's got an incredible range, actually, from 1,500 meters right up to 10,000 meters. So she was the Kenyan 1,500 meter runner-up in their national championships in 2024, but also has achieved a bronze medal in the same championships over 10,000 meters.
So making his way round the final lap here of this beautiful course on this Saturday evening, the bright lights of Tokyo shining very, very brightly on Herbert Kibet of Uganda. Running in the Meta Speed Sky and lighting up the sky here around the World Championship venue towards the end of September. Absolutely flying to the support of the crowd with a left-hand turn into the home straight.
He's come right in front of us now, just past us in the commentary position into the home straight, coming up and desperately trying to break that 13-minute barrier, which is what those green lights were showing us just as he came around the corner. I think he's going to be right on the money here, whether he could dip underneath. Incredibly close. What an amazing run.
Well, the crowd go wild, and quite rightly so. Just missed out on the 13-minute barrier there. That is what he was after. He came so close, but now we keep an eye on our leading female elite athlete. Here she comes, Caroline Nyaga of Kenya.
I also think I just spotted Max Sharmaton from South Africa. I think he broke the national record for South Africa.
We'll keep an eye, as you mentioned, Andy, on the South African, who was chasing a quick time just behind our winner there, Herbert Kibet, in the elite men's race. But Caroline Nyaga then, the Kenyan, in the Meta Speed Sky, striding out, looking super strong.
She looks brilliant. She's so incredibly strong this last section.
They're just going past our commentary position now. They're going to take a sweeping left into this finishing straight, and then they'll finish right in front of that Memorial Museum.
Oh, she wanted a sub 14:30, didn't she, Andy?
Yeah, and she's been beckoned on by her pacemaker there, being encouraged as she gets towards that line. It's going to be well inside that 14:30 mark, so this is looking like a big personal best here for Nyaga.
There she is, centre line.
So looking at right around 14:20. And then we should soon enough be seeing Nadia Baticletti, who's chasing that time of 14:39, that European record.
I think Nadia's just come through there now.
Yeah, it's going to be close, isn't it, Ailish? Going to be very, very close.
I think she just came through.
So I hope to bring some more detailed results as soon as we can. But as it stands, we've still got runners turning this last corner into this finishing straight to go underneath the arch to finish off this incredibly fast 5K.
Well, there is Herbert Kibet, the Ugandan, winner of the elite men's race at this ASICS Tokyo Speed Race this evening. There is Nadia Baticletti. She has got a smile on her face. Ailish McColgan reckoning she's probably coming around about 14:35 after our 14:19 win in our women's elite race by Caroline Nyaga. Oh, she looks confident. When an athlete's smiling like that, Eilish, that means that potentially we'll bring it to confirmed, of course, but the European record that she wanted, that smile must mean I'm in the mix. We're waiting for the official time to flash up on our monitors.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw her come in just around about that time, 14:35, which would be a European record. So, yeah, an incredible effort. I mean, it's gone from one ASICS athlete, Diane Benes, straight to another ASICS athlete, Nadia Batacleti. So that is pretty special.
It is the top 2 European women ever then in ASICS shoes. One from the Netherlands and the new European record holder from Italy. Well, the music's been pumped out in that finish area at the Meiji Memorial Museum, right in front of it. And the records that we said the athletes wanted, Andy, here this evening have started dropping already, whether it's a personal best or a national record here on this course. Pacemakers are happy. That means they've done a good job.
We're seeing Drew Hunter there as well. He looks excited. We haven't got his official finishing time just yet. But the fact that the athletes have run so quickly, for the men's to be so close to 13 minutes, for the women to be ahead of their planned pace strategy shows you, one, that the course is fast, two, the conditions are good, and obviously they're testing the brand new technology in the shoes, and so far so good. So it makes me more excited for the 10K that we've got to come later.
All the athletes appreciating the support and the fast times. And what are we now, on the 3rd of May in this World Championship year, from the 13th to the 21st of September. Athletes already coming over to the beautiful city and running fast times. Many of them racing in the shoes that you were at the launch of yesterday as well, Eilish. Talk about the family feel of ASICS as well as a brand. You're saying you've never felt more cherished and looked after than you do with ASICS.
Yeah, there's something unique about ASICS as a brand. I think just the way that they do look after their athletes. There's just a different, feeling amongst everyone. I think you're well supported. You're not just an athlete. I mean, I've had a very tough 2 years coming back from injury, but I think they're always behind you. I think the team, particularly here in Japan, they're constantly trying to innovate and think of small changes they can make to the shoe to make a big change in performance. So it's, very, very unique and different. And it's amazing today to have all these different ASICS athletes from all different corners of the world coming together, trying to run some fast times over both the 5 and 10K.
Well, talking about fast times, let's catch up with our reporter, Harry Sukayama. You are with our elite men's winner, Harbert Kibet.
Yes, I certainly am, with the formidable Harbert Kibet over here. Let's have a couple of words with the legend himself then. So Harbert, congratulations then.
Yeah, thank you. I'm happy for now for this race. I've made it because just the miracle. I'm happy for now. Be number 1. Yeah, the race was okay. It was some, it was a cold, but it was good. I'm happy for it.
Excellent, super stuff. Now tell me, your target for this race, I mean, you won it, you're the number 1, but your target, was it in a sub 13? And how are you feeling about it? Are you feeling cool with the whole situation? You feeling brilliant?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. My target was to qualify for World Championship. Yeah, and I think I've made it. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, well done. Thank you for giving us a beautiful, lovely smile too. Now, Harbert, let me ask you, how were the shoes then?
Yeah, the shoes was okay, was softy, and it's really good. Yeah, the shoes was, I know, it's for me first time to run for these shoes, but I see it's very nice. Yeah, thank you.
Did you feel the modifications and the upgrade on the shoes itself?
No, I was feeling good.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not feel anything bad. Yeah, the shoes was okay. And I think this shoes is better.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Thank you.
Better than before then?
Yeah, it's better than.
Excellent. Now listen, you're the champion. Super massive congratulations. Thank you so much. and well done.
Thank you, welcome.
The one and only Mr. Herbert Kivet then. Thank you, sir. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry. Herbert Kibet there, really enjoying his time, as all the runners so far have, over the 5K elite men's and the women's. See a guide there for our visually impaired athletes. I mentioned as the race was going on, para-athletes running the course here this evening. He's one of our visually impaired athletes as well with his guide. And also we'll keep an eye on the time of our triathlon Olympic medalist as well, who'll run in the 10,000 meters shortly. So we'll be keeping an eye on him. And all of the runners still to come over the 10,000 meter distance. And you saw on our graphic there, Andy, it was a 30-minute exactly clocking for Herbert Kibet there, the Ugandan, taking the man's elite men's title.
Yeah, and phenomenal, because I don't think he's yet turned 20. So
yeah, 2005 baby, right?
I know, my maths was just about quick enough there. But the men's winner there in around 13, well, exactly 13 minutes at age 19 is absolutely incredible. But I believe Harry is now also with our women's winner. That's Caroline Nyaga from Kenya.
Lam, congratulations. A big, 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 big round of applause could be heard over here when Caroline crossed the line. Caroline Nyaga with 14:19, I believe. Tell us how you feel then.
I'm so grateful. I'm happy. I don't know what to say, because I was not expecting to learn such time, because last week on Saturday I competed in Diamond Ring Yemen, so I was a bit tired. I was not expecting to learn such time. I'm happy, yeah. Even I've cried because of that achievement. I'm happy, yeah.
14:35 was your 5K PB up until now, and now it's 14:19. That means a lot to you, right?
Yeah, it is a great achievement. I was not expecting to get such time. That is my personal best. I was, yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, the greats. I'm happy to learn with the EVEV Lip Sky, the best shoe for ASICS this year. I'm happy to learn with it.
So you love your new Meta Speed Sky Tokyo then?
Yeah, I like it. I love it. Yeah, best one.
What's so good about the Sky Tokyo then?
It is light. It is comfortable to run with it. I'm happy to wear it, because to learn 14:19 my PB, I'm happy to learn with EVEV Flip. Yeah, Sky, yeah.
You won it then. Who would you like to tell this beautiful result to right now?
I would like to tell my coach, Bruce, where he is. I'm happy because he is the best coach in the world, yeah, to produce such results. Also, I thank my pacemaker who has paced me this time, Kevin. Also, I thank my learning mates who are there in Kenya, Embu. I love them, and may God bless them. Yeah.
God bless you too, the one and only Caroline Nyaga. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm happy.
Caroline Nyaga of Kenya, our elite women's winner in a huge personal best. Bruce will be happy, and absolutely superb running from her, loving her new Meta Speed as well. That's great to hear. So let's have a look then at the confirmed results of the men's elite 5K. We heard from Herbert Kibet, didn't we? Bang on 30 minutes, and look at that on the first screen, Andy, what some of the athletes came for. National record, and in 10th, the national record for Japan, and Tomoki Ota as well.
Yeah, those records have been obliterated as well. People well inside the targets that they'd set themselves. The first place, obviously exactly on those wave lights, and perhaps it's showing you the impact of wave lights in road running, and also the shoe technology. It's incredible to see people running so quickly and also exceeding the targets that they've set themselves tonight.
And through all these results that are coming through on the screen, there'll be loads of lifetime bests as well that have been set here on this course. And let's have a look at the elite women's 5K results. We heard from a very happy Caroline Niaga there, 14:19. Now, very shortly, we will hear from the new national record holder from Italy, Nadia Battocletti. That national record, that is what she came to Tokyo for and has taken it down to 14:32. We'll catch up with her and Harry very, very shortly. But once again, Andy, all through these results, there will be lifetime bests that have been set here in Tokyo this evening.
Yeah, and that national record is actually a European record as well. So once that's formally ratified, that's incredible.
Brilliant. She wanted below 14:39 of her big rival Diane Van Es, and Natalie Battocletti got the national record and the European record. So I think it's only right we hear from our new European record holder now. She's with Harry.
Yes, Nadia, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Please tell us how you feel. It's not only a national, but it's a European record. What does this mean to you?
It means a lot. I'm so happy because I just broke 2 records, and to be here in Tokyo, it's really amazing.
I mean, Tokyo means a lot to you, I think. You were here for the Olympics. You have your memories there in a very similar place with National Stadium right in front of you. How are the streets of Japan and Tokyo treating you then?
I'm so excited also because Tokyo makes my dream true, and I hope so also in September. I just did a very important race here in May, so I'm so happy to join this race and to join the ASICS family.
And of course, on your feet, you had a pair of beautiful skies, the Sky Tokyo, and tell me all about it. How did they treat you?
I think this result can describe all the shoes. It was a super fast race, and I did the record thanks to the shoes because they are super.
I mean, Nadia, elite runners, for them, shoes like these, pure magic. But for runners all over the world, would you recommend them too?
Yes, of course. It's a super shoes also for training and not only for race. And I recommend in every type of race because they are super, they are comfy, they have stability, so and it's cushioning. So yes, I recommend.
Compared to the last set of Meta Speed Skies, yeah, what was the big difference for you then? Was it the lightness, or was it the oomph that you got from the shoes itself, the bounce? If we could hear in detail.
Probably bounce and cushioning are more in these Tokyo series than the others, and also they are super comfy for a lot of kilometers. So I'm so happy with these new shoes.
Nadia, thank you so much, and be looking forward to seeing you in September. The one and only Nadia Battocletti. Forza Nadia, thank you.
Grazie, grazie.
Well, coming up shortly, the men's and the women's elite 10K after hearing from our 5K European record holder, Nadia Battocletti. So let's have a quick look at the start list then. Andy Badley alongside me for this one. A real mix of nationalities once again, and a real mix of athletes looking for their fastest times to be the best that they can possibly be, to push the limits of speed and performance here tonight.
Yeah, again, we've got the wave light that's going to be setting the times. There's a lot of different, quite complicated pacemaking going on tonight, both from people who are doing the pace as well as the wave light themselves. So we've got 5 different pacing times in both the men's and the women's, right the way down from 27 minutes as the fastest pace in the men's, which is going to be the green wave light, then 27:30, which is going to be the red wave light.
So I mentioned there's para-athletes with us here this evening, visually impaired athletes, and a couple of times I've mentioned an outstanding world-class Olympic medalist triathlete that's with us as well, taking on the 10K distance.
Yeah, that's Hayden Wild. So he's a silver medalist from Paris in 2024 in the triathlon, as well as a bronze medalist in Tokyo in 2020. And he's looking to try to break the New Zealand national record, which stands at 27:28. So he'll be in the second pacing group, from my understanding, which is going to be following the red wave light today. And then in the women's race, we've got 30 minutes, or just outside 30 minutes, as the fastest pace.
So a lovely shot on the start line again. The nerves, the anticipation, the confidence of all the ASICS athletes lining up for our Tokyo Speed Race over the 10K distance in the elite men and women. crowd for those that are lining the streets here in the shadow of the Japan National Stadium. And as Andy mentioned, we'll be keeping our eye on the 5 pace groups in the men's 10K race. And we've got 4 or 5 pace groups in the women's. 5 national records are being attempted in the women's race, 5 national records being attempted in the men's, and 3 area records as well in the men's 10K tonight.
Yeah, one of those area records in the men's race will be attempted by Etienne Daguignon from France, who previously set the European record of 27.04 back in Lille in 2024, but that's subsequently been taken by Andreas Almgren, who ran 26.53 in Valencia earlier this year. So when we spoke to Etienne previously, he mentioned he wants to go under 27 minutes, and I guess as close as he can to try and get that European record back again. So
early stages here in the middle of his shot of the elite men's 10K race. Now, we had the pleasure of the company of a marathon runner now, Eilish McColgan, in the commentary box just a few moments ago for the elite 5K races. So again, I think it's only right that we welcome somebody who won a silver medal at the Olympics, a bronze as well in Tokyo, a world championship medal over the distance, and Belgium's very own Bashir Abdi joins us in commentary. Good evening. Good evening, Bashir.
Good evening.
Have you run today as well? What have you been doing?
Well, I had the honor to run the course as well, so it's really very flat, and it seems like you are running on the track. It don't feel at all that you are running on the road. Really, very smooth. You don't feel the curves. So yeah, we did a few things. So we are having fun in Tokyo.
Yeah, the gentle curves definitely help. There's no sharp corners. You can see, actually, I don't know how you would be feeling at this stage in this race. You can see that the lead group are actually a little bit ahead of the wave-light pace in there. The green is 27-minute pace, so whether there be some frustration that maybe they're going a little bit too fast but a little bit too excited.
Yeah, the thing is that, you know, the conditions are perfect, amazing weather, amazing course, and yeah, athletes who are just down from the altitude, so they're ready and they can't wait, and they're really very excited to smash some personal records and national records. So I think the light gonna catch up. So they will realize very soon that they are a little ahead. So things are, yeah, they are ready now with the light. So amazing to see that.
For an athlete that won a silver medal in Paris and a bronze medal here in Tokyo at the marathon distance, for you to say you've ran a bit of the course and it's smooth, I like it, that means that that's a very, very big tick and a gold star for the course here in Tokyo, if you like it, a man of your stature.
But the question is the course of the marathon this? So if it's here, definitely it's a lovely course. So I love the course here, yeah.
Well, we see our lead elite men here. Bashir.
Yeah, they've just come through kilometre 1 a little while ago. If they are going to hit that 27-minute pace, then there'll be 2:42 for the first kilometre, and obviously each kilometre from now on in. The lead women should be targeting 3 minutes, 3:01 per kilometre to hit that 30 minutes and 10-second pace of the leading wave-light.
You know a lot of these athletes very, very well. What are you thinking in the early stages? When you saw what the athletes are aiming for from across the world here in Tokyo tonight, what was your feeling? What are some of the strengths of our elite men leading this 10K here?
Of course, it's early stage, but they are, of course, looking very smooth. And I think Ymer from Ethiopia is most experienced one here. We have the French guy, Ethan, who is also in great shape. His European Championship was amazing in Leuven. So I think they're all looking for fast time, and it's amazing, yeah, amazing weather to do that, and it's also amazing to have the wave light on the road. That is also incredible. I think you have information that you are running on the right pace, and that is something that gives you a lot of yeah, rest and peace in your mind.
Super. Well, the green wave lights that Bashir is talking about, you just see on the left of his shot there, Etienne Daguignon from France. Now, he's looking to reclaim his European 10K record that he lost in January. So far, he's going well, and we caught up with him yesterday.
And if you have a pacemaker, are you thinking about anything? Or how does it feel when you just run fast and don't worry about it?
I'm not thinking about nothing, because sometimes I look my watch, but the pacer is Felix Bourg, so I know he's going to do a good work, so I just follow him, and after it's my legs and the time.
Have you been training in Font-Romeu?
Yes, before Brussels I was in former to training, and now it's 3 weeks ago, so I think it's my better shape now.
So you think you can go even faster?
Yeah, I think I can go faster than Lille, for example, because the race will be faster. There is other guys also, so I think if my legs are like Lille, I think I can run under sub 27.
So Etienne Daguigneau there from France. We caught up with him, and the races that he's referring to there, Lille was where he set that personal best and European record back in 2024 of 27.04, and then Brussels, he finished second in the 10,000 metres in the 10K at the European Running Championships in April.
And he's in a good position, isn't he, Bashir?
Definitely, he's a man and mission, and things look very smooth for him. And he have his friend from France as well to control the pace, and it's going really very good so far.
Well, let's switch over to the elite women's 10K then. A little bit of focus there on the elite men's. Remember, there's 3 or 4 pace groups here as well. Joy Tipiek is potentially looking to run a national record for Uganda. But she's just off the pace there a little bit on the left of your shot as our pacemaker. Looking for those wave lights again, aren't we, Andy, in terms of this women's 10K?
Yeah, it looks like they're actually quite a long way ahead of those wave lights. So that white wave light is set for 30.10, and that's, you can see that just to the back of the shot there. So they're really motoring along here.
That's what happens the most of the time when you have excited athletes. They can't wait, they just go their own pace. But I guess after the second lap, the wave light will catch them, and they will follow the... That's at the beginning, you don't have any control. You just go, you know, sometimes.
Well, that's funny, because I asked Ailish this. How do you concentrate on your own race when you're in a mass race with people with so many different plans, so many different records being attempted here at the ASICS Tokyo Speed Race? How do you concentrate just on yourself? You said they're getting excited.
Yeah, so I think it's very important to know what you wanna achieve, and they almost feel down there, touching each other. So yeah, it's important to know what you want, and just to stay as calm as possible at the beginning. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes not easy when you are in big gap as here.
So a quick shot back at the front of the elite men's race. Chopping and a change in here on this 10K course, the beautiful course here set out in Tokyo. Now, we've been mentioning yesterday the huge global launch of the latest Metaspeed series for the Sky and the Edge and the Metaspeed Ray, which was announced to much excitement yesterday. So let's get a few more details on that from product manager from ASICS, Emily Sloan.
We have 3 new styles of Metaspeed this time around, with Sky and Edge Tokyo and Metaspeed Ray, to offer 3 unique pinnacle products to our elite athletes this year. So essentially, the Sky Tokyo is all about providing that vertical propulsion for the stride runner, whereas Edge Tokyo is all about providing forward propulsion for the cadence runner. And Metaspeed Ray is all about lightweight propulsion. It can be used by either a stride or cadence runner. It is prioritizing having the lightest weight shoe on the market.
So a nice little insight there from Emily Sloan. Bashir, what is the ASICS shoe of your choice?
My favorite racing shoes is Metaspeed Edge. It's a little aggressive shoes, and I have short strikes, so I really run always with Chem shoes. Of course, the Sky also a few times I run with it. It's also an amazing shoes, but the Metaspeed Ray, it's a little too soft for me, and it's more like the shorter distance, I guess.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to test out a few of those shoes as well, and there really is one shoe for every different type of runner. So fascinating insight from Emily there as to how those products came about and why there were 3 different shoes.
So more Felix, France, as we make our way round the course here in this elite men's 10K. Those wave lights still going very, very nicely for those that are chasing national records here. Remember, we've got a green one going round the men's 10K. The blue one in action as well.
Yeah. Felix Bohr's going really well here. I have his 10k PB down as 28 minutes, so he's going to be well inside that if he can keep this pace going.
If you can keep it going, Bashir, has he got excited?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking around if my shoes are around here.
You want to get on. You're missing the action.
Yeah.
I'm going to correct myself slightly. I think that I have Felix Bohr down as a pacemaker here. So I'm not sure how far he's designated to go into the race here, but he's setting the pace for the lead group. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the man to control the pace, and so far he's doing well. And also he know Etienne very well. He know that he wants to run the European record. So the question is how far can he hold this, and the more it is, the better it is, of course, for Etienne. But so far it's going well. Ymir also looked very relaxed, just behind the group and not wasting any energy. And so he's a really experienced guy. You see the way he ran. You don't go between the. He's not looking any danger, just behind the group, and he's looking really good. Yeah, I think Felix has done his job.
There we go.
So he's stepping off to the side there. In some of the shots when we're on the long straights, you could actually see the red wave light technology pace lights in the distance. That's the 27:30 pace, which is to help Hayden Wild, the triathlete we were talking about, trying to set that New Zealand national record of 27:28. And actually Mao Akao from Tanzania, I believe, is trying to break the national record there of 27:35.
But it's the green light, isn't it, at the moment, as the athletes make their way around. Brilliant victories so far this evening for Harbert Kibet of Uganda in the men's elite 5K race. Caroline Nyaga of Kenya, probably the happiest person in Tokyo this evening. Absolutely delighted with her elite women's 5K win, clocking 14:19. And Nadia Batticoletti breaking the European record, getting that back into her hands, running in the Sky Tokyo shoes here this evening.
So we've been talking about Etienne Daguigneau, but I can definitely say he's not in this lead group at the moment. So I didn't see exactly when he dropped back.
Yeah, that's true. I don't see him also. That's a surprise because I really expected maybe just sliding behind the group.
There's still a big group to be heading around at 27 minutes flat pace. This is some really fast running.
A scan across, and the Frenchman at the moment, as our pacemaker has a quick look over his right shoulder. We'll keep an eye on where he is, but here's the elite women's race as well, leading the way round this 10K course. Moving quite nicely as well in terms of time, looking strong, looking powerful. You see all the mixture of the athletes here, amateur athletes mixed in with this one, but over 100 elite athletes. And there's another one that's aiming for a record, Andy Badley, this evening, in the centre of his shot on the left.
Yeah, that's Izzy Bat-Doyle from Australia. She's a two-time Olympian. She's targeting her own Australian record, which she set in Albert Park, which is 31 minutes, 12 seconds. And she's got an incredible range, actually, right from 14:49 at 5,000 metres up to a new national record in the half marathon recently this year, 67:17, and a 2:22 marathon, and actually runs in Japan a lot. So I took the opportunity to have a quick chat to her as well. This year, hopefully in September for the World Championships. What distance would that be?
Oh, that's a tough question actually. It's really hard for me at the moment to make a commitment to either one, but I'd really like to explore more of the track in the coming months and just see if it's possible for me to be, in contention for the Australian team on the track. Obviously the marathon is where I think I have the best chance at being good at in the long term, but I'm still really enjoying running fast at the moment on the track, so yeah, to be determined.
So words from Izzy there. Another athlete yesterday we caught up with on the launch day, of course, of the super new range from the Metaspeed Sky Edge and the Metaspeed Ray, who was relaxed. She was really, really, Andy, looking forward to running here this evening and comfortably sitting in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, she looks really relaxed there, and that question was because she has that incredible range. What do you pick when you have that kind of ability? In terms of the paces, whether that's 5K right the way up to marathon and your opportunity to compete in the global championships.
How would you pick Bashir? When you're good on the track, you know, you're fast over 5K, you're fast over 10K on the track, and then you mix it up on the road, and you have such a range of distances. Well, how would you make that decision as a distance athlete, what to go for? How's she going to make it this year?
Yeah, it's a luxury problem that she have. It's great to have that all the chances. Of course, I think you just look at where you have most chance, and I think if she feels the track she have the most chance, then she will go to the track. But as for me, I know the marathon is where I have most chance. I don't have that speed that you need for the track. So if she thinks she have still the speed, that's yeah, it's nice also to have more options. And
the men's group just came past us in front of the commentary position here in the shadow of the National Stadium in Tokyo, down to 4.
Yeah, Victor Kipruto, 13:32 at the halfway point. Kenya at the moment. Isn't it, Bashir, from Belgium? Kenya.
It's always, for the longer distance, that's the order you always see. Ethiopia, Kenya. Today is only one Ethiopian, Ymer, and I think he's the most experienced one here, and he's so relaxed. He just, yeah, he let them do the work, and I think he will kick the right time if he have something left.
Yeah, Jamal Ymer, one of the world's best half marathons, 58:33. So stepping down to 10K here, and recently actually ran a pretty fast half marathon out in Houston in the US, where he finished 4th in 59:20. So he's got the form. And then we look at the split time for the leaders of the women's 10K. You've got Joy Jeptiak coming through in exactly 15 minutes, so bang on 13-minute pace, which is incredible running, and that's why they're slightly ahead of those wave lights.
Yeah, that's what she was after, isn't it? The 5K record holder for Uganda already, and a 30:03 national record is what she is chasing. And as Andy says, bang on, Bashir, 15 minutes at the halfway point. And you know that as an athlete, right? When you're running these distance races, marathon or down to this 10K distance, you feel it. You're feeling good. You're feeling you're on pace. Even if you didn't have the pacemaker, would you know that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you know, running is easy. You get it out what you put in. So if you train it well and things been very good, you have the confidence, and you have enough time to check it out of your shape on trainings. You don't have to be always a race. It can also be perfect on trainings camps that you can do some fast workouts. And then once you know you're in great shape, yeah, it gives you a lot of confidence. And indeed, I think sometimes the workouts are way harder than coming down here, and after you rest a few days with a fresh legs, running a race is way easier than if you run twice a day, day in, day out, a lot of heavy miles. So I think they are fresh and they come here to run fast.
And talking of fresh legs, we can't have you in the commentary box, Bashir Abdi, without asking you just quickly, how are you getting on? Where are you at?
I'm slowly building up towards the end of the year, so things are going well, and I hope, yeah, just like last year, you know, last year also I started with injury, and it's not how you started, it's how you finish. So I hopefully end of the year I can have a good time.
To be here, right?
To be hopefully here.
Back in Tokyo for
yes.
the World Championships?
Yes, hopefully. I have a good memories here in Japan, especially in Tokyo. I was second in 2020 Tokyo Marathon, and Olympic, of course, I was third. So it was amazing to come back to this stadium where we receive our Olympic stadiums in 2021. So it's hopefully we come back for another championship.
That's good to hear. That's what we like to hear. See you back in September. A split screen then of our leaders in the women's and the men's 10K races here at the Tokyo Speed Race. Thank you for your company on this Saturday night. We've had some brilliant running and records falling so far. And so far, Andy Badley is looking pretty swift indeed, especially for Joy Cheptiek on the left, the Ugandan, chasing to lower that national record of 30:03.
Yeah, she was further ahead of those wave lights. Those wave lights have caught her up slightly, so she's definitely finding it tough as it comes in towards these last 10 minutes. And then we've got this lead group in the men's race of 4 runners. So there was a little bit of pushing and shoving, and then we're looking a little bit further back in the group now.
And there is Hayden Wild as well, Olympic silver medalist in the triathlon, Bashir. And pretty nippy on the roads as well, right?
Yes, this man can do it. He can run, he can bike, he can do everything. I only can run, so I have a lot of respect. Really, what surprised me is the few days before this race, he was just doing his workout, and the people were, the other athletes were just resting and hanging out around, and he was just going to the swimming pool to do his to do things done, and went yesterday for 60 kilometers to bike. So it's amazing to see him, and yeah, I have a lot of respect for this man.
Yeah, it's incredible to have the versatility to do those things, and obviously you can't put in the same volume of running when you're a triathlete as you would if you were dedicated to only running. So to be able to run these kind of times and mix it in this company is incredible. And he's looking for that national record around 27:28, which is the New Zealand national record on the road.
So moving very nicely indeed, smooth and strong. Oh, little trip on the curb there. Athletes hugging that inside line. Are you an inside line hugger, Bashir, when you run, or do you like the centre of the road as we switch back to our elite athletes? Where do you like to run?
The shorter it is, the better it is, of course.
You do your research, right?
Yes, definitely. We used to run on the track, so line 1, it feels like you are running on line 1. That's the same feeling that you see here. But it's becoming, the lead group is becoming a little tactical. They're looking at each other. Hopefully they know they come here for a fast time, and it's not a those races that you come for blaze. You come here for to smash national record or personal record, and it's a great opportunity to do that today, because the conditions are really good, the course is good, the shoes are amazing. So hopefully they can pick up a little, because they are a little behind the wave light.
Yeah, it's hard to see the wave lights here, but I think we can see the red in the distance, which is the second pace group. These guys, this is Vincent Kipruno, Vincent Langat, Jamal Yima and Amos Langat. So they are watching each other now, coming down to try and make sure, you know, they want to win the race as well as run quickly. And they're just passing through 8K a little while ago. Now we look at the lead women. That's Joy Cheptiak.
And a quick check of her watch. Isn't she, the Ugandan? 14:28 national record. Over half of this distance, of course. Bang on those white wave lights.
So that's 30, I believe that's 30 minutes 10. Her personal best there you can see on screen is 30:03. So she's going to be trying to pick up in the last few kilometers here to see if she can close really quickly to try and dip under that 30 minutes mark, being really ably paced by Alex Mango there.
Faith in the pacemakers, Bashir, isn't it? She knows herself, of course, as you were saying, how she feels and how she runs. But the pacemakers, do they play a part in that when you're racing? How much do you rely on a pacemaker in a race rather than just yourself and your instinct?
That's very important. Definitely when you are going for time, it's important to have someone who control the pace, also protects you from wind. Of course, tonight we don't have any wind that we talk about, but yeah, you know, the mind is performance best when you only have one decision, and that's I'm here to run. I have someone who is in front of me, taking the time, taking the pace. So yeah, she have a great pacemaker, and I think yes, they are in for the last lap. It's still a little tactical race, just holding on, looking each other who go first. Jimmy is looking his watch, but if I was him, it's an amazing race, amazing. Someone gonna go. I don't know who we're gonna be.
No, you said before, you were confident before who was going to win this. Who are you calling now as the bell goes?
But
Bashir,
yeah,
come on.
Those other guys are looking also very good, very smooth, so it's very difficult. Jimmy is the one who look a little tired really here. They're with 3 now.
Well, this is it, isn't it, Andy? We're on the final lap as Bashir Abdi, vice Olympic medalist in a marathon alongside us, keeping us in check of who he thinks is going to potentially win that 10K race.
We've got Kipruno, Langat and Yima as the top 3 there in the men's as they're starting to pull away. And we look a little bit further back down the field. These 3 are really motoring now. You can see there's been a real injection of pace, I think, from Vincent Kipruno at the front there.
Yeah, it's getting one line. Hopefully we can see far. Yeah, now it's 1K to go. So I think they know it's no long to go. The job is done.
I don't know. I think when you've still got nearly 3 minutes of running to go, that's a long run for home, isn't it? But they have really gapped 4th place now with a big injection of pace. So they definitely had slowed down in that, probably from around about 5 to 8K. gathering themselves as they each wanted to win it.
But the one who have the less speed have to go now, otherwise it will become really very tactically, and of course the one who have the most speed will win here.
So we are down to 3 in the Tokyo Speed Race Elite Men's 10K. Bragging rights are on the line.
Indeed,
in a big season, Bashir.
Indeed.
The women's race is a little bit more clear-cut, isn't it? Joy Tepchiek of Uganda has dominated this from the start, chasing that 30.03 national record. I'm looking for any wave lights that are around. As Andy Badley alongside me said, we're set at about 30 minutes 10 pace. You see a personal best there is the national record that she is chasing, and a clear leader in this women's 10K.
Yeah, I think she's dropped a little bit behind the pace here. You could see that the pacemaker was stretching that gap, and she was falling back a little bit in some previous shots. So we go back to the men's lead here, and they've come back together again.
Yes, here we go. I think it's not long to go. 600 meters, I guess. They have to look at the...
So we've got Victor Kipruto, Jamal Yima, and Vincent Langat in this lead group of 3.
Oh, moves
As
have
now
been
it's
made.
Vincent Langat's gone to the front. Vincent Langat followed by Jamal Yima, and it looks like Victor Kipruto is actually struggling a little bit here.
Well, it was 3. Is it possibly now a 2-horse race, a battle, as they mix it in and start lapping the runners on this beautiful course?
These 3 men are about to pass right in front of us and take this final left turn into the finish. It's incredible.
Here they go, yes. Oh, what a mistake. That's easy one for Yimir. They might catch him still. No, yeah, he have it. He also won the running festival in Paris, so he's used to run meeting like this.
That's Jamal Yima crossing the line there in just under 27.10, I think.
27.07, yeah. 7 seconds.
Yeah. It's an easy mistake to make when you're running at that pace and you're having to take a turn into the finish, and you've spent the last few laps going around and around, and you're just focused at this point just on keeping up. Then that's a very easy mistake to make.
Exactly, and it's just before 8 o'clock in the evening, so daylight isn't on the side of our elite runners. A very easy mistake to make on a specially laid fast loop course here in Tokyo for our Tokyo Speed Race this evening. But there we go, there is our 10K winner, Bashir Abdi, 27.56. We're looking to make sure we get confirmation on the time from our men's elite winner there. But still a brilliant race, a little mistake aside, easily done.
Yeah, it can happen, especially it's a little light. The athletes have a little jet lag, so it can happen.
Back to the leader in the women's race here, Joy Tepchiek, flying along the streets of Tokyo.
There's
well inside the last kilometre now.
There's no any sign of the wave light. I think she's a little behind. Hopefully a little up front, but I think she's a little behind the wave light. But still, she's running incredible time here.
Yeah, quick check of the watch herself on her left wrist.
Coming into the last 400 or 500 metres or so now. Still with a pacemaker for company this whole way.
Yeah, she's done it on her own, Bashir, hasn't she?
Indeed, not long to go.
You hear the noise here at the finish line as the athletes file through in terms of the elite men as they reach the finishing point here. Another check of the watch. Uganda with Harbert Kibet won the men's elite 5K race earlier, didn't he? And it looks like it's going to be a Ugandan victory in the women's 10K with such a lead. Set a stall out very early in this race. going to swing round in front of our commentary box here in the shadows of the Japan.
So that 30-minute clock's just ticked over as she comes into this final straight.
Yeah, a left turn for the Ugandan. She's going to be over that 30-minute mark. The national record she was chasing was 30:03. She wanted to lower that time. She's going to be just outside here this evening. But it was a dominant victory for the Ugandan. Joy Cheptegei here tonight and throws her hands in the air because Bashir Abdi, a win is a win, and it was still a fast win.
Definitely, yeah. I think she started a little exciting, a little too fast, but yeah, still she won in a great time. So
see the celebrations here from all of the athletes that have finished. So there's a real buzz around Tokyo on the streets tonight.
Well, there is a reminder, nearly 3,000 runners have taken part in this festival day here of all abilities. They had a half marathon relay team earlier, real family run, the community 5Ks as well, many first-timers racing. And yes, over 100 elite athletes taking on this 5 and 10K course. But many amateurs as well, mixing it with the best. 30:22 then the confirmed time. Our Ugandan winner in the women's 10K this evening.
And it's amazing in the background, you can see the background of these shots, you can see a whole host of women finishing right around that 31-minute mark, possibly inside it as well. And think about those times a few years ago would have been absolutely unheard of.
Well, reminder, lots of national records being chased here this evening. 5 alone in that women's 10K race and 5 alone in the men's 10K race as well. And as Andy said, the finish is streaming through the finish line here. We'll bring you as many of those official times as fast as possible. And of course, keep an eye on some of those big names that we mentioned, because we did see Etienne Dagagnaou of France starting very nicely at the beginning of his 10K exploits this evening.
yeah, definitely that was for me the surprise of the night. I expect some European record because he's really he had a very great season and yeah, he had a lot of confidence. With a lot of confidence, he come from the France mountains to here, and yeah, but that's also part of the sport, you know. That's part of running. It's not always how you plan it.
Yeah, plenty of stuff has to go right. If you're going to make history by setting national or European records, then you need a lot of things to go right on the night. Not just the training in the build-up, but you have to feel it as you're out there.
Yeah, lots of smiles from all the athletes.
We've got a guide runner there going round for their final lap on this amazing closed road circuit. It's a real privilege for me to jog around it earlier today, and it's amazing to see it under the lights now as it's got dark around us. So now Harry is with our men's winner, Yamal Yima.
Thank you, I certainly am with our fantastic winner, Jamal Yima then. Let's give him a big, big congratulations on how he felt with the race then.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you very much, I'm happy.
Excellent, you've made a massive breakage of a new record. Can you tell us about that too then, please?
Can you repeat it, please?
Can you ask him about the record that he broke?
Yeah. ያው እኔ የተዘጋጀሁት 26 ቤት ለመግባት ነበረ። ያው ውድድሩም እንደጠበቅኩት አግኝቼዋለሁ። ትንሽ ያው 26 ቤት አለመግባቴ የራሴ እንትን ነውና በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል። ከምንም በላይ ቶኪዮም የመጀመሪያ የመጣሁበት ስለሆነ በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። አሲክስም ይበልጥ ትሪት ስላደረገኝ ከምንም በላይ ደስ ብሎኛል። አመሰግናለሁ። I have been preparing to run under 27 minutes, but unfortunately I didn't do that. But still I am happy to run this fast time. Tokyo is my first time to come here, and I am so happy. And ASICS is supporting me a lot and treat me well. I am really grateful for ASICS, my brand as well.
Thank you very much. Let me ask the champion about the beautiful shoes he ran in. How did the Meta Speed Sky Tokyo feel for Yimeri then?
ልጠይቅ የምፈልገው ሜታ ስፒድ ቶኪዮ ይሄን ጫማ እንዴት አገኘው?
በጣም ቆንጆ ነው፣ ተመችቶኛል። ከምንም በላይ ያው ለግሬም ተመችቶት ነው የሮጥኩት። በጣም ኮምፎርት ነው፣ ቀላልም ነው። ከኔ ከኪሎዬ ጋር ሂዶልኛል። በጣም ቆንጆ ነው። አመሰግናለሁ።
It is a really nice shoe. It fits me very well, and it goes with my weight as well. So the shoe is really, really nice. I am really liked it.
Thank you very much. Last but not least, what's on the horizon for our champion then? What's his plan for the rest of the year? I mean, there's a big World Championships happening in Tokyo. Can you ask him about that too then, please, sir?
Yeah. አሁን ትልቅ የዓለም ዋንጫ ውድድር ተዘጋጅቷል ከፊት ለፊታችን ቶኪዮ እና ያንተ ፕላን ምንድነው ከዚህ በኋላ?
ያው እንግዲህ ከአሰልጣኝ ጋር ተመካክሬ እንግዲህ ያው ዓለም ዋንጫ ሚኒማ ካመጣሁኝ ቶኪዮ ላይ ደግመኛ እመጣለሁ ያስባለሁ። እኔ ሳይሆን ወስነው አሰልጣኝ ጋር በመነጋገር ትሬኒንግን በአግባቡ በመስራት ነው። አሁን እንደዚህ ብዬ መወሰን እንደኔ ይከብደኛልና ዋናው ፕላን የሚያወጣው አሰልጣኝ ነው።
I can't say my future plan at this time, but I need to discuss with my coach, and like I really would love to come back to Tokyo if I qualify for the World Championship.
Well, best of luck then, and thank you so much for showing the passion and the skills. Our champion, Jamal Yumer. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Lovely interview with Jamal Yumer, the Ethiopian, saying how much it means to him to run so fast here in Tokyo tonight, how much it means to him to be part of the ASICS family.
Yeah, ASICS describe themselves as a caregiver brand, and what's really struck me in the last couple of days, speaking to all the athletes and watching the presentations when the products were unveiled, was how there is that real feeling of kind of a family. And in particular, ASICS has something called the caregiver program, which I think is amazing, because athletes put themselves out there, they're working really hard, but then social media can be a really scary place for a lot of athletes, but there's something in place which includes anti-cyberbullying software to support all of ASICS athletes, which I do think is an amazing thing.
Yep, Ailish McColgan, who was with us in commentary earlier, alluded to the exact same thing.
Thank you very much. Yep, thank you.
And you can see some of the conversations between athletes and coaches and fans who have flocked around, especially laid out course here tonight in Tokyo. A couple of wins for Uganda then, one for Kenya and Ethiopia in terms of the elite races. There's the men's 10K results. Jamal Yumer 27.10 ahead of Kipruto and Langat. That was the victory for Ethiopia here tonight in that men's 10K elite race. After, of course, the wins for Uganda and Kenya with Harbert Kibet and Caroline and Yaga in the elite 5K races as well. And the runners still making their way around the 1.3-kilometre loops here in the shadow of the Japan National Stadium. As we head towards the World Championships here in September. 13th to the 21st of September, the World Championships come back to Japan, as I mentioned. They had them in 1991 here in Tokyo. That was in the old National Stadium, of course, the stadium that was used for the 1964 Olympic Games. They had them in Osaka in 2007. And Japan have won 35 medals in total at a World Championships, 8 of them gold. And really, they'll be hoping that some of their athletes can stand up and deliver in just a few months' time.
It's felt really exciting to be here at the Meiji Jingigayen area, because we've been speaking to some people, and this is actually the area that a lot of Japanese athletes have used for training and still do since the 60s and 70s, running laps, intervals when it's dark during the day. Every time that I've been out for a jog the last few days I've been here, there's been a constant stream of runners, and those weren't the runners that were competing tonight.
Yeah, it really is a wonderful area to run, and as Andy said, decades athletes have been running in this beautiful area. So we've heard from Jamal Yumer, the Ethiopian who picked up the elite men's win here this evening, and now Harry is with our women's 10K winner, Joy Chepayek of Uganda.
Certainly am. Joy Cheptiek, a stunning race indeed. Massive congratulations. How was it out there?
The race was good. I really enjoyed the race, though the wind was too tough. Yeah. But it was perfect. Yeah.
You felt good out there?
Yeah, I felt good. Yes.
And how did the streets of Tokyo treat you? Was it nice to run in?
Yeah, the streets were so nice. Yeah, they're a good place to be. Yes.
But it was a tough 10K then?
Yeah, it was not an easy race. Yeah, it was so tough because the first 5K, it was somehow good for me, but after 5K, it was tough. Yeah, I was unable to push. Yeah, I struggled from the first 5K, the second 5K, it was too tough. Yeah.
Now, you're obviously representing Uganda, and in the men's 5K, we have an Ugandan champion too. As an Ugandan, what does it mean to you, the running sport, to you guys?
Yeah, it is so special. I think this day is so special for us Ugandans because we have a victory in 5K men and 10K ladies. We are really so happy and we are so proud.
Congratulations. Now, tell me about the shoes then. You ran in some Meta Speed Sky Tokyos then today, right?
Yeah.
How were they?
Yeah, the shoes, they're good. Yeah, they're so comfortable. I feel so comfortable. They're perfect. Yeah.
Do you notice any differences from the previous Meta Speed Skies?
I think for me, I can't see any difference. Yeah, because I always use Meta Speed Sky, but all they are okay for me.
But they're lighter, and the bounce and the energy that you get, you felt that maybe?
These ones are more lighter than the other ones. Yeah. Yes.
And tell me about this whole year coming up. What's your big target for this year then?
My big target is to qualify for World Championship. Yeah.
Well, I felt the confidence out there. Are you confident yourself?
Yeah, and I have hopes I can do it, and I just need to trust the process, to work hard, then all shall be well. Yeah.
Well, hopefully looking forward to seeing you again in Tokyo in September then. Thank you so much for coming and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, the one and only Joy Cheptiek, and big congratulations to our champion. Thank you.
It's amazing to hear from the winner there, and now we've got all of the results that we can run you through quickly here. So despite that little wrong turn at the end there, an incredibly close top three, 27.10 for the winner. And then as we look down there, two national records, one for the USA, an incredible 27.32 from Baya Simbasa, and then Sam Clifford as well, setting an incredible national record there, 27.34. So absolutely brilliant running. As you go down the list, you're still seeing national records being set. So the two records there, 28.25 and 28.28. And just incredibly fast times across the board.
So the men's results scrolling through on a beautiful night here. It's about 18 degrees still in Tokyo. You can see on the back of your shot there the clear skyline. And now let's bring you up to speed with those women's 10K results. And Joy Cheptiek, very, very happy. A couple of national records as well at the top, including Izzy Bat-Doyle, 30 minutes 44, getting the national record that she wanted.
Yeah, that's a pretty big chunk off the national record there. It was her own national record, 31.12, I believe, previously. So to take off, what, over 20 seconds there, that's a really big chunk to take off. So an area record, a national record, and I believe we're going to be able to talk to her very shortly, especially off the back of her marathon and all of her recent achievements. So I believe that Izzy is ready to chat to Harry.
Yes, Izzy, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited.
Yes.
Woo!
So Izzy, if I believe correctly, your PB so far, it was a 31.12, and then you totally smashed it. Do you know your time?
Yeah, I think it was, on my watch said 30.44, but I'm not sure the official time. But yeah, pretty amazed to come third overall too in such a strong field of women.
So how did the streets of Tokyo, right in front of the National Stadium, treat you then?
Oh, it was amazing. The atmosphere is incredible, and this is a special place for me because I ran at the Olympics in Tokyo a couple of years ago, and coming back here and being in Tokyo and around the streets near the Olympic Stadium feels really special. Just the crowds on the streets, every lap we came past, I heard people cheering my name, the wave lights, the paces. It was just an incredible atmosphere.
I mean, obviously, if we go back to the Olympics, because of the whole situation, it was rather tranquil. It was rather quiet inside the stadium too. So you felt energized with the crowd out there?
Yeah, absolutely. The crowd was amazing. Yeah, Tokyo Olympics was quite strange. It was very overwhelming and underwhelming at the same time. Just walking out into the stadium and cameras clicking and having no one in the stands was quite an odd experience. But today, that was certainly the opposite.
And tell me about the shoes then.
Yeah, the shoes felt really good. They felt like really like bouncy and supportive. Yeah, had no issues, felt really good. I feel like when I got tired, they kept kind of like pushing me on all the way to the finish. And I think knowing that you're in a fresh pair of shoes definitely helps you, feel fast. And I'm just, really, really happy to break my national record. And I came in here wanting to try and improve my own national record of 31.12 and try and go under 31, but to be able to run under 30.45 and 30.44 or whatever it was, it's just, so happy.
Who would you like to tell the state of euphoria 30.44 to most right now?
Oh, who would I like to thank? Yeah. Oh, like so many people, all of the ASICS team for putting this amazing event on. A lot of people in ASICS I've got to catch up with who I've met over the years at various things. Sabaki, Hopper from Australia, Ben Caesar, my coach Nick Vidot, my partner Riley, like all massive supporters in my life and get me, to the finish line, as fast as I did today. So very, very grateful for my team.
A super bombastic performance indeed. What's on the horizon then?
I'm actually off to London in a week to do the Manchester 10K, so another road 10K. I don't think it'll be quite as fast as this one, just, you can't beat running in an atmosphere like this with the laps and the paces and all of that, but I'll certainly have a crack to run fast again in the streets of Manchester. And then I'm actually going to dabble in the track a little bit over the summer in Europe and just see where the year heads for me, because, I love everything from the 5K to the marathon, so I can't quite pick one right at the moment.
Well, it's definitely a hectic schedule. I do recommend the ice baths in Tokyo. You can get them all around the place at Oxygen Capsules. Congratulations, Izzy, and hopefully to see you soon.
Thanks so much, Harry. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.
Thank you.
The one and only Izzy, yes!
Well, high fives all round. What a wonderful interview to end our coverage here this evening. Izzy Bat-Doyle delighted to lower that national record. Well, thank you for your company tonight. Thank you to Andy Badley alongside me, to our guests that we had in commentary at the ASICS Tokyo Speed Race. Records were broken. Athletes really pushed the limits of speed and performance this evening. It's been a superb day of running here in Tokyo. And Japan, the ASICS family and World Athletics look forward to welcoming the world back to Tokyo for the World Athletics Championships in September. We'll leave you with the most beautiful shot from the most beautiful city. Good evening. We'll see you soon.